Hello, Niraj. I am going to try and make this as painless and stress-free as possible. We're going to be going over the front end and sort of the concepts that drive the business, why it's built the way it is, why it's set up to work the way that it is, and then we're going to be going over the ordering portal and how it works, how simple and effective it is, how easy it will make your life. Then we're going to be going over just a brief overview of WordPress. I'm sure you're already familiar with this, but just a few touch points on the back end there. And then this is actually extremely simple. The page builder, I will be explaining a few elements, but it is fully drag and drop and extremely self-explanatory. So this should be pretty stress-free. Okay, so basically what we have here is a simple e-commerce shop. And time again, they are the ones that prove to be the most consistently successful static websites over time, okay? So this isn't something that you continually have to update and add content to. It's just something that you can automate by setting up AdWords campaigns, Facebook campaigns, doing some SEO and some other different things that I'll help you along the way with in training and consultation. And basically it's set up to be fully automated. And this is the type of design that works. It doesn't get in the way of the consumer, and it holds their hand, so to speak, all the way through to the checkout. Okay, there's no extra content. We don't want them to come into the website and set up shop and read all this different stuff and click all over the website. We want them to come, we want them to see the products we have, and we want them to click, add to the cart, and buy. And that's it. That's all there is. That's all we want. We don't want to offer them anything else, because if we offer them other things that don't involve a purchase, they will go consume those things, such as a blog post or whatever else you can think of. If you add those things and get them in the way, they will go and consume those things before they spend money. And chances are, if you give them an opportunity to spend 10 minutes or so on your website, reading articles or whatever that doesn't involve a purchase, then they will do that. And that's all the time they're going to spend on your website, and they're never going to come back. Okay, so we have that small amount of time to get them to find a product they like. That's why there's a small inventory. So it's not so small, but it's why there's the inventory is kept small and appealing to a wide demographic. We want them to easily, right then and there, see something they like, be able to add it to the cart, and not be able to do anything else, and then check out, and that's it. So that's why it's set up the way that it is. Okay, so this goes down here. We've got this that sort of sets the expectation. It kind of goes an extra mile beyond other businesses using the same business model. It kind of puts most consumers who have no idea about these things at ease. Okay, so we've got the complimentary watches. As you can see here, I have added in some female and a lot of these watches are unisex. Like these watches here are unisex. So these watches are unisex. Most of them are unisex. So these ones are feminine watches, but they're also unisex. Men can buy them as well. It depends on their tastes. And then we've got these here as well. And then luxury watches. Everything about men has been taken out of the website. There's no mention of, there's no specification on men or women's watches. They just are what they are. Now, I am all for making changes, adding different pieces of content, bulking up the website, making it different, doing some customization and different things like that. But the bottom line is there are constraints on time. Okay, so we can't make time appear out of thin air. You know what I mean? There has to be money at the end of the tunnel because, as you are well aware, I have bills to pay, right? So, and those bills are going to crush me on time, right? So my obligations are going to always come before anything else that I can do. It just is the way of the world, right? So I am all for providing you with extra customization, extra features, bulking this thing up. I would love to come on board and really, really work for you. But the thing is I have to monetize my time, right? So I would love to add all kinds of big fancy features for you. Like I said, I'd love to come work for you, but I have to have my time monetized. In the end, you get what you pay for, and there's literally no way around that. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that moving forward because I do expect from here on out a good business relationship, and I expect a stress-free transaction. I need this to get done now. And I don't want to come in and do all kinds of different customizations and change things up. I'm not going to chase that small amount of money because I have to monetize my time effectively. And I hope you understand. So if you want more, we can set up a plan. We can do like a financing thing where it's a small amount of payments as time goes on. And while I'm helping you make the website profitable, you can then use those profits to invest into the website. And we can work out any number of deals. It just has to be, my time has to be valued. Okay, with that being said, just a disclaimer, not something I enjoyed or wanted to touch on, but just hopefully something I could explain and kind of set that expectation and let you know that I am here for you. Anything that you need, let me know, but we have to be able to work out a fair deal on it. Not saying that our deal wasn't fair or what have you, but just setting the precedent there for moving forward for a healthy business relationship. Okay, so the ordering portal is very, very simple. You've got all your products here. Piece of cake. When an order comes in, you just blam. Oh, I just opened that up. I don't know why that's there. I just opened that up. I don't know why that did that. But you can see it just goes right to the ordering page. No problems. And I just checked the price on this one. It was like $3 something. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, see, there we go. Same thing. Here's the other color. Okay. I'm not sure why that first one did that. It's probably just has something to do with their hosting. Things like that happen. There will be little lapses in coverage for different pages and things. See, there we go. Okay, so everything works like that. You just go to the product, you click order, and then it takes you to the ordering page, and that's it. You plug in, when you make this order, quantity 1, and then you will add to cart, buy now, and all you have to do is put in the customer's address. You put in the customer's address, and they handle everything from there. It's very simple. Okay, so let's take a look at the dashboard. So most of these things you're going to be familiar with. Posts, pages, where all the pages are. You've got all your products are found in here. This is where you can change your prices, and different things like that. And I'll be here to help you along the way should that be something you decide to do. There was one thing I wanted to touch on specifically. I'm trying to remember what it was. Appearance. Tools, settings. What was it? Okay, when an order comes in. So here you've got WooCommerce and your orders. When an order comes in, you just go to orders and it'll have all the information that you need. The transaction will have taken place, and then you would just take that address and plug it into the AliExpress order page. Okay, so the address comes in here and then you just take it there. Now, make sure that you attach your payment gateway to the money has to come to your account. It's not just going to appear in the website or something. I don't have access to your private information. I'm sure this is stuff you're privy to already, but I've had problems in the past, with people not understanding that, the money needs to come in to either your PayPal. I would recommend Stripe, and all of that goes through here. So make sure you set up your payment gateway as well. That's not something that I can do for you. Okay, so that is that. And now we're going to talk about Elementor, which is a very simple, it's very new, very trending page builder, and it's very powerful. Okay, so here you've got this. You can hide this to get a quick look. You can also preview the page. You've got all of your widgets here, and you can read through those and see what they are, see what you like specifically. Here we've got a title widget, and here I can assume control of the widget itself. And here on these black buttons, I can assume control of the column, which has different elements. And here, up here, this is the section. Okay, so we've got the section here, which contains these different widgets. And then we've got the column, which can contain multiple widgets, like you can see here. There's a spacer widget, there's a button widget. This is all contained within this column. And you can have several columns, for instance, side by side, and then you can edit different things about that column, such as the spacing, column width, styles, border, typography, entrance animations, where it is on the background or foreground, different things like that. But then you come over to the independent widget of the title, and you can edit the text. You can have it link out to something and be clickable. You can get into the style, color, all the typography, different things, size of the text, whether or not you want it bold or different things like that. And then you've got text shadow. And again, for the advanced, it's mostly the same stuff. You've got your spacing here, your z-index, animations, animation duration, delay. You can add borders, background specific to just this little block, and different things like that. So, for instance, you can get into the spacer and adjust the size of the spacer. And then you've got the button here, type of button. These are like presets. I wouldn't change those. Then the button text, where it goes specifically, and this is called an anchor. I think that's what it is. It's been a long time. So much information that I'm always researching. This is an anchor link. Yeah, anchor link, and basically it says, you know, it's already at this URL. We just need you to add, you know, pound complimentary dash watches. We need to add that, and what that'll do is it does that automatic scrolling down to here, and this tag is tagged in here. You can see it here, and you tag it under CSS ID without the pound symbol. Okay. So moving on, here's a regular text block as opposed to a title. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure you'll be familiar with these things. Another title, and then basically you have your flip boxes. On your flip boxes, you can change a lot of different things. It takes a little bit to play with it to find something that really looks good. You've got your 3D depth. You can turn that off, and then it'll just flip like normal. You can turn it on, and it'll flip 3D. You can change the flip direction. You can change the flip effect, change it into a slide, push, zoom in, zoom out, fade. So those are nice. And then here's the information on the back: title, price, and that's just like a subtext, the button, where the button goes to. Now here's something. So pretty much every flipbox has this text, but you have to have the independent ID number of the product that you want that button to pertain to. So let's take a look at that. If we go over to products, we go to all products. So basically, if you add a new product, you would, add in your picture. I'll show you that in a minute, but you would also you would copy and paste this link. You would copy and paste this link from one of the other products, and then you would change these last 3 digits. And you would change those last 3 digits to the ID that you find here in the product when you add a new product, and you would change the ID here. And then that will allow you to make that button pertain to that product specifically. Okay. Then on the front, pictures are added in through the background of the front, and you just add them in here, which is something you're probably familiar with. Let's take a look at that real quick. Just the media library. Basically, you would upload the picture here, and then you would select the picture from here, and then you just click Insert Media. It's very, very simple, very straightforward. Positioning is center, repeat size is contained. You can note everything you see on the website is very straightforward and simple. So let's say you wanted to add 4 new women's watches, for instance. What you would do is go ahead and just duplicate it, and then go here and change your pictures to the watches that you want, and then you won't have to mess with any of these or the styling or the borders or anything like that. And then you would go to the back side and change the name to whatever you want the watch to be called, and then the pricing or additional information. And then after adding the product, you would change the product ID to the new product, and that's pretty much it. So it's very simple. It's very straightforward. Okay, that does it for the explainer video. Like I said, it's very simple, very straightforward, ready to rock and roll. Okay, so I will send this over to you as soon as it is uploaded. Thanks again, Niraj, and I will talk to you soon.